Listen, the word disease, dis-ease. So every time you're suffering, it's because you're diseased. If that dis-ease establishes itself over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, 80 years, it's going to create symptoms that you're going to call cancer, throat cancer, indigestion, irritable bowel syndrome, whatever. Pick a symptom. These things that you study in pathology class are not diseases, these are symptoms. And when you analyze yourself minimally, when you feel yourself and you feel that you have it's a deep anguish, well, that's pointing much closer to a true disease living deep inside yourself that you don't want to deal with, that most people don't want to deal with. That's, in fact, we can say that modern society is doing everything to run away from. So, if you're a sensitive person, you feel, listen, I'm trying to get this, I get some of that, I get some of this. It doesn't extinguish the anguish. What does that say? There's a disease. And that disease, I can explain it to you in any way, shape, or form, from every angle, from the body's point of view, from an energetic point of view. You have a disease. Yeah. And what's healing about? We're going to align the parts together so this energy circulates properly. And that you learn how to express your essence in a material way so that you have value, and that value is translated into serving people, being in relation to other people. That's a natural value that the nature goddess gave to you and can be translated in money, that can be translated also into purchasing and having wealth and resources so that you can be a better person, relax even more, and be of even greater service. In other words, increase your value, because the more you relax, the more you can grow. I think we can all agree on that. So the fact that there's a separation between the fact that you're always unhappy and that's a disease means, once again, the influencers you follow or the so-called teachers that you listen to are not doing their job properly. You're in pain. That's a disease. It's not natural that you're in pain. You're not supposed to be in pain. Human beings are not supposed to live in perpetual anguish. That's a disease. I don't know how buying a pair of shoes is going to eliminate that anguish. It's not. I don't know how getting laid with that woman, no matter how pretty she is and no matter how amazing her butt is going to eliminate that anguish. It's not possible. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You're smart enough to understand what I'm saying. So at some point you have to stop and assess the situation. And people such as myself are helping you put join the dots together, because people around you are not talking about this stuff. Nobody wants to hear the truth. I'm telling it to you straight up. Human beings are not designed to suffer. Shoes and material goods will not make the pain go away. Barely for an instant. Not even. Especially if you already have 20 pairs of shoes. Shoes means anything the material world has to offer, from a car to the most lavish vacations to the hottest girls. All these things do is distract you from the anguish and give you a feeling that you've achieved something because your ego just got a little boost. It's nothing. Then you go home and what do you feel like? Shit. More shit than before. Emptier than before. And every time you get that next car, you know what the issue is? If I got the greatest of all cars, what's next? There is no other car. You got a fucking problem. Because when you got that Honda Civic, you said, when I'm going to get the Beamer, I'm going to feel good. I'm going to have what I want. When you got the Beamer, you said, when I'm going to get the M Series, I'm going to feel the way I want. When you get the M Series, you're going to say to yourself, when I'm going to get the Bentley, I'm going to be feeling. When you get the top car of the top cars, then what? You're fucked. Because there's nothing else to dream about. There's nothing else to project yourself that when you're going to get it, you're going to feel good. You're screwed. All this to say, these material things do not quench your thirst, do not appease your inner anxiety. It doesn't relieve the pain. So at some point, because you're an intelligent person, you have to stop and question yourself, what's going on? And people such as myself are trying to help you put it together. Listen, dude, you're in pain because something's out of alignment. There must be an alignment between your inner being, whatever you want to call that, your psyche, your mind, what your constitution is, and your physical life, your body, and your external life, your everyday life. All of that has to come together into one. Once again, that's why we use the word yoga, bring together. Unless you do that, you're always going to be a moron chasing your tail, hoping that once you find your tail, you found the truth. It's nothing, bro. You're getting screwed. Corporations are taking advantage of your disease. In fact, it's in their advantage to make your disease exponentially grow. In fact, marketers specialize at confusing you. You're like a dog for them. You're an idiot. Don't you understand this? As far as marketers are concerned, you are a moron. And their purpose is to condition you, subliminally for the most part, to be consumer and to associate. I have an anguish. If I get this, I get happy. You're literally like an animal for them. You're a dog. They don't give a fuck about you. Wake up. And these idiots, these intermediaries who are selling you these products, they don't care about you either. They're getting paid selling you this shit, making you believe that that's the path to salvation. How the fuck is that the path to salvation? You're intelligent to understand that there's no amount of shoes that's going to bring salvation. Salvation is peace. How's that going to be? How's that possible? Come on. Don't be a fool.